Greetings comic lovers and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from reviews of comics new and old to history to anecdotes, really wherever our whims take us. Today we have an exciting venture into a sequel. In our journey through the magical adventures that are Lois Lane's Silver Age marriages to people other than Superman, we've been to some Elseworlds, or imaginary stories as they were called at the time. Alternate universes that allow Lois to have multiple loves, and one of these has graced us with a sequel. And I'm thrilled to announce that it's time to return to the world where Lois married a reformed Lex Luthor. And they had an evil son, Larry Luthor, aka Black Luthor. If you missed the hilarity that was Lois deciding to marry a reformed Lex after throwing herself off a cliff because she was late to work and Superman not saving her, well, we have a card and a link for that. I know you're excited for some more Lois drama, but before we get started, I'm Sasha, and if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you're so inclined, there is a join button next to that subscribe button. Hit that to help us produce more content, get access to some behind the scenes, badges, and the like. Now, Lois's bad seed of a son awaits. Yes, mother, I'm gonna become the greatest scientific villain of all time. I'll succeed where dad failed. I'll kill your old boyfriend, Superman. Now that's the sentence. I'm gonna kill your old boyfriend, Mom. My dear departed husband, Lex Luthor, gave me the gift of eternal youth, but he also gave me an evil son, Black Luthor. Lex didn't give you an evil son. A mishandling of your son's teenage rebellious phase, including not telling Lex, potentially gave you an evil son. Unless we're going with the evil isn't made, it's born. This comic is not going to take a deep look at nature versus nurture. And it's the Silver Age, so you probably don't want it to. Wow, wanted dead or alive, and only $100,000. Larry needs to work on his villain cred. Why does Superman look so old? Not that much time has passed in between the last issue and this one, and in that one he looked fine. Here's the tale thousands of readers have been demanding. Really? This is the story that needed continuing out of all the adventures of Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane? The readers of this comic are speaking my language. They are people of culture. Connoisseurs. There's something about Superman holding this hammer and manually putting up this poster that is hilarious to me. I don't know why, it just is. So Black Luthor, as he was instantly named, has been committing crimes across the galaxy with his group of space pirates. He embraced the name, Captain Harlock flag going strong. He's robbing a space liner, and of course it happens to be one that Lois is on. And she can't stop herself from chastising her wayward son. How can you be so evil? Yeah, that'll learn him. Why are you so evil? Oh gee, I never thought of that. I'll be good now, Mom. She ends up slapping him when he says he'll be a better criminal than his father ever was, which does not go over well with one of his alien crew, Iron Claws. Yes, he has an entire alien pirate crew. And admit it, now you want your Black Luthor monthly comic, only we'd have to call it something else. Superman's Nemesis son, Larry Luthor. There we go, perfect. It can go in with the other two. We see that there is some tension between Larry and Iron Claws before they have to flee because Superman is incoming. So Larry shrinks down his vessel and crew so that Superman can't find them. But in the process, something devastating happens. Well, devastating for the Silver Age. Oh no, the signal rays filtering through a rare element in my helmet caused all my hair to fall off. I've become bald forever because of Superman. Listen, Silver Age DC, we didn't need this parallel. Larry already had his own motivation for why he would want to go up against Superman, because he wanted to show up his dad. He didn't need to be bald also. Bald does not equal evil. Stop! His daddy issues came with a built-in grudge against Superman. The comic then flashes back to what happened last issue for those who missed out. And it's not all exactly the same. They use the same panels, but the dialogue is different. Like Lois going to marry Lex now looks like, no, I'm not proposing to you out of gratitude. I don't care if you're older and bald. Gee, thanks, Lois. Larry also no longer says that he's looking for kicks, which saddens me. We like kicks, Mom. I mean, it adds an extra layer because I heard that kicks were kid tested, mother approved. So the comic catches us up. Larry murdered his dad and is now a hardened space pirate, according to Lois. Hardened. Lois is visited by Superman's family, which answered my question that I had last time, what happened to Lana? Nothing, she had a daughter with Superman. She's okay, folks. She's thriving in her rebound marriage. Their visit is interrupted by a truly petty broadcast from Larry. Because of Superman, I'm now bald. I was proud of my hair. Now it's gone forever. I'll be avenged against the Man of Steel soon. Very soon. Listen, Larry, if you truly loved your hair, you would not have subjected it to that helmet. Personally, I think Larry is now cuter than ever. Bald men appeal to me. This is Clark and Lana's daughter, Joan. I am here for her inappropriately timed thirst. Lois is heartbroken, sobbing, cannot curb her lust. And don't think I don't see you cuddle comforting Lois back there, Clark. I see you. Lana sees you too. Superman and Lana head back to the past for a mission, but Joan asks if she can stick around. I'd like to see the room you keep as a shrine to the memory of your husband. Shrine room. Why is this a thing? It's happened in so many stories at this point. At least this time it's a mourning room and not a I love / I'm obsessed with you room. Stalker room. Oh, I'm sorry. contemplation room. Joan goes in there to perv over a picture of Larry and says it's time they meet. So I guess they never met before. I guess Superman still has that pain about being passed over for a reformed Lex. Larry sees her coming and is curious, so decloaks the planet he is staying on to let her find him. Black Luthor, how clever of you to outwit the interstellar police by having an invisible hideout. You're a man after my own heart. Get it, Joan. Get in there and get what you want. Some teens try to sneak out to parties, and other teens try to hook up with their dad's sworn nemesis' son. Teenage rebellion takes all forms. Part 2. Lois is in her shrine room, using a ring that Larry wore to hook up to a device Lex has that tracks the location of the owner of an object. You place it within it, then you can see them in perfect TV perspective. But you know, for good. It's Joan. She's traveled to Larry's stronghold. Oh no, she's playing up to him. Something on your mind, gorgeous? Yes, I'm fed up with being the goody-goody daughter of the ultra-respectable Superman. You appeal to me. We're two of a kind. She's kissing Larry, the hussy. I can't credibly say hussy. And yes, that's what's wrong with this scenario. Joan is too forward. Your son is a supervillain, but what a hussy. She should have waited for Larry to get brainwashed and then have him ask her out and they get a courting candle. But Lois thinks that maybe Joan isn't just loose when she spots a jar that is open. A jar of anti-evil gel. It's called evil removing chemical. Lex was taking the brainwashing to the masses. It worked so well for him. How is there crime if this exists and no one appears to have any moral qualms about using it? No Clockwork Oranges here. Also, Joan's brilliant "I'll kiss him with an anti-evil gel on my lips" plan backfires, for Larry is paranoid and has a legion of robot duplicates. She kissed one of them. He says that they're because people are trying to assassinate him, but I like to think that Joan isn't the first person who tried this plan. Larry blasts her with a ray that removes her superpowers because she and her mom need to take a pill to become superpowered. For some reason, she doesn't have the abilities innately, even though she's Superman's child, even though other children he's had in other Elseworld stories or imaginary stories do, but it's fine. She can't have them because we need her to get rid of them, so she doesn't. That's the logic. Ironclaw, the only member of Larry's crew who matters apparently, wants to kill Joan to avenge the loss of his hands that he lost fleeing from Superman. Look, if Larry can avenge his hair, Ironclaws can avenge his hands. But Larry says no. When challenged, he ends up exiling Ironclaws. Thanks for saving my life. I suspected you weren't all bad. Shut up while I wipe that evil goo off your lips. Don't flatter yourself. I rescued you only because you make a great hostage. Oh man, kidnapping. This romance is heating up. Larry takes Joan on a tour of his base, which features pictures of his dad taking on Superman. But I mean, his dad always lost, so is this like an ode to failure? Also, daddy issues. Daddy issues. He's super proud of his failure shrine though, so good for him. Joan, however, is unimpressed, seeing only wasted potential in Larry. I like your spunk, girl. Look, throw him with me and I'll return your superpowers. Together we'll rule the solar system. How about it? Somewhere there is a story where a curious and drawn to evil Joan hooks up with an evil for less shallow reasons than I'm bald Larry. But that is not this story. And then Larry forces a kiss on her. Yay, assault. I'll show you how it feels to be kissed by a man, not an android. Well, if she can tell the difference, then they're not proper duplicates, Larry. Also, get off her. Larry unveils his plan to pull the Earth out of orbit, and Superman won't be able to do anything because he has his daughter hostage. And then he'll have the planet bow to him or they'll be burnt to a crisp. Lois heads off to try to reason with him, but Larry meanwhile has been tricked by a bitter Ironclaws into going to look for some kryptonite. There he gets blasted by radiation, and when Lois shows up to help him, well, Ironclaws plays for keeps and he blasts her too. He then heads off to implement Larry's plan himself. Part 3. Part 3 is the most spoilerific panel I've yet to see for an opener. Thanks. Now the only suspense I have is how Larry got his hair back. Has he converted to wig life? Have there been more converts to the Church of Wig? Now villainy is all fun and games until someone tries to take out your mom. So while Larry had been taking anti-radiation pills because he was paranoid someone was going to try to kill him with radiation one day, his mom was not living that Luthor life. Seeing his mom like that, Larry has a complete change of heart because inside he is a good old soft boy who loves his mama. Why'd you do it, Mom? You know I'm not worth it. We could get so deep with this. An escalation of what started as a teenage rebellion, started by guilt over killing his father, who he was insecure about ever being able to live up to. I'll ask those questions and ponder those theories because this comic is not going to. Larry rushes to save his mom with a Lifetron ray that he had for evil? I'm very confused about some of these inventions. I guess, you know, it just depends on how they're implemented. Zombie army, maybe. Ironclaws has taken over Larry's fickle band of pirates, and he's implementing the plan when Larry shows up and blasts the ship with some kind of ray that takes away all of their evil. Hooray for mind control! Used for good or something. Ironclaws returns Earth to its orbit and apologizes, and Joan sees Larry and remarks that his hair has grown back. It's alright to be disappointed, Joan. You buck those societal expectations of what you should find attractive. Get yourself a man where you can see your reflection in his head, Joan. They rationalize away him forcing a kiss on her by saying that she was attracted to him anyway, and he was evil at the time. Why did that have to happen? This story would really benefit from that one panel being removed, but I mean, he also kidnapped her and depowered her, and I am trying really hard to get behind this romance because I believe in love, but you're making it difficult, 1964. You're making it hard. I really ship this. Why won't you let me? Oh, who am I kidding? I'll ship it anyway. You've changed. You're no longer bald. And like the other pirates, you're no longer wicked. You saw it all. Bald was first. A girl after Lois's own heart. Larry apologizes, says he loves her and that he's proud to love her. And you know what that means. But first, a speech from Larry about how seeing his mom hurt like that changed everything. It made him realize what a monster he'd become, but not enough so that he still didn't have to bathe himself in the evil ray gel goo. He bathed himself in the anti-evil drug. See? Continuing in his father's footsteps, a legacy of brainwashing and mind alteration. And the police say since nobody is a threat to society any longer, they can all go free. They don't even need to be tried or serve jail time. Hooray! And Superman says yes when Larry asks for Joan's hand in marriage. I have a hard time believing that the petty Superman of the Silver Age would say yes when this is a chance for him to get one over on Lex from beyond the grave, but I'll go with it. And so they get married, Joan in her Supergirl outfit and Larry in his once villainous Black Luthor outfit. That's right, you save your money. And so they go on a honeymoon with Lois joyously thinking that she's happy and she only wishes that Lex was alive so that he could see it too. The end. I was quite pleased to see that this initial Lex marries Lois story had a sequel. This sequel, while entertaining, does leave a lot to be desired in the plot and character development departments. It's dancing around being truly good. It produces lots of interesting ideas, particularly when it comes to characterizations or character motivations, but it never fully gets there, instead falling back on tropes and cliches. And lots of ideas are hence forced into that pattern. I was really intrigued by Superman and Lana's daughter being potentially evil herself, drawn to a Luthor who wasn't as bad as people thought. Instead, perhaps working through issues, perhaps brought on by the pressure of everyone wanting him to live up to his dad, only to learn that his dad was no saint and that he'd been lied to. You see, I keep adding layers. Layers that probably aren't there, but that I want to be. There's potential to this idea. I can see why fans wanted it continued. However, the story's potential exceeds its execution, in my opinion. It was still an entertaining tale, even if it wasn't all it could be. I'll always have the complex fanfics I'm writing set in this universe in my mind. That's all I need. That'll keep me warm at night. What did you think of this sequel featuring Larry Luthor? Were you glad to see it? Did you feel that the original tale warranted a sequel? Do you think I'm giving the base idea too much credit? Are you thirsty for bald men like Joan? Share all your thoughts down below. While you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to spend it discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.